All right. So what makes this one different? Is between the scores. Yeah, I saw him, Justice. I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. We're recording too, so. Well, just remember, though, all the videos, they go on YouTube, and this is how you get to them. You can go to the YouTube channel. See these links right there? That's all of our. That's all of our lectures. Okay. So by the time class ends today, I will take and put in. I'll put in. What is today? This is the 17th. So I'll put in right here. I'll put in a link for the one for 02, and then in the morning. I mean, I'm sorry. And then when that other one comes down, it takes a couple hours. I'll put it in for this one. So I just wanted to make sure that people had that straight so they can see the videos. Because it sounds like, since you're driving, you might need to look at the video later if you don't get it while you're driving. All right, let's go back. So it's between. Now the way that between works is we got to find out the two links for each one of the z-scores, and then we subtract smaller from largest, and that gives us the between. All right. So we look up the 2, negative 138. So we go to the first 2, which would be here, and then we're going to go out to right there. Negative. So that's that one. And then we look at the other one. All right. Area between is all right. So negative 1.38. So now we're just going to subtract. So that's 0.1167 between. And I just like to point out, I got a little thing here somewhere that lets me illustrate these. Because if you got an idea of what's happening, I think this is it. All right. So, 4. So that's the between that we're looking for right there. See that? If we were just looking for below, then that gives us that value right there. All right. If we were just looking for below on this one, it would be that one. So the way that we find the difference is we find the big one, which was this one right here, the one that just went away, and then we chop off that part. We take the big one, and then we chop off the small part, and we get the between. All right? That's what's happening with between. Okay? So that's why we subtract for that one. Because we got to knock off this whole chunk right there, that was the negative 1.38 right there. That has to come off, and that's why we subtracted it. All right, what else you got? Justice, let's see. Oh, you got that long, we got that long truth table. Let's find that. I think this is it here. Which of the following is the truth table for the table? Either all right.
Yeah, I was confused on that one too.
Yeah, you just got to do the truth table. Let's just say now I'll just tell you right off the bat, I'm not going to leave this one in. This one's gone from your exam, so if that assuages your mind a bit, then all the better. But I didn't want to put a 3 statement truth table. Well, let's see if we can figure this out. So that's or, that's and. So we got to figure out what the statement is. All right. All right. So the statement that we're going to do the truth table for is P or Q and not, oops, not R. See if I can make that a little bit nicer. So that's the statement right there. Which of the following is a truth table for the statement? Either A is less than B or B is greater than or equal to A. That's P is A is less than B and Q is A is greater than or equal to B, comma, close the parentheses, and A is not equal to B, not R. Okay, because R is A is equal to B. So we're going to just do the truth table for that. Now with this one, I'll just save you some work if you want to know the truth. All of these are different, so this is the one we want. We don't really need to do it. We just got to pick the right one, and this is the right one right there. P or Q, and not R. P or Q, and not R. So that's really all you need. You don't need to do the truth table for this one, but still, that's not going to be an exam. All right, let's
So
see
I
what.
have the one about Toby, the cat one, the valid and not valid.
The one with the argument.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can find it. I saw it here a while ago. Is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right. So, given the premise, Toby is a cat, is a valid argument to conclude Toby chases mice. All right. Now, an argument has got to have a couple of premises. All right. So, this is the way that argument would look if we kind of went back to, and then down there would be TOBIE chases mice. So that's not enough information from argument because we got to have at least two premises. So this is just there's not enough information to determine whether it's a valid argument or not. All right, let's see what else. Oh, the roulette problem. Let's hold on to that one. We did that one earlier, but all right, let's find
Can you do the one you just passed up, the one about the statement?
this.
That one. Yeah.
All right. So we're just trying to find out if they give us one statement, if it's one idea. All right.
Mhm.
It is 3:00 somewhere. Okay, that's a statement, and it's probably true to a certain extent. So that one is fine. This sentence is a statement. That's a statement too, because see, it's telling you that this is something. This is something. So it's telling you here 14 divided by 2 is 5. So that's a statement. And the orange is a type of vegetable is a statement. So all of those are statements there. If this one right here were just said something like 5 plus 3, and we didn't have an equal sign, then
Okay.
it's not a statement. All right. So basically, you got to have two things. You got to have one noun, which is what 14 divided by 2, and then you got to have that is the verb pointing to another noun. Essentially, if you look at it from a strictly like language viewpoint. All right, so I was finding if it doesn't rain on Monday.
Yeah, we can do that one too.
That the computer technicians, the 45 one.
Uh
I want to do that one again.
All right. Let me see if I can find. Okay, here it is. All right. So we just want to find an equivalent statement. Now, there are several equivalences. I'll just try to point them out to you. The one that's being used here. So this is not P, then Q. If it does not rain, then it will rain. Wait a second. Oh, it's 2 different days. Okay, so that's it. So P would be it rains on Monday, and Q is it rains on Tuesday. So then that's the statement. Now, all right, when we've got a conditional statement like that, the one that's the most likely one is called the contrapositive. The contrapositive. So the conditional P. So contrapositive would be not Q. Uh-oh, it's going to kick me out because it's counting that time between class. I can get back in it. All right. So that's the most likely one. Let's just see if we take this one and turn it around and negate it. Because that's all that is when you're going from conditional to contrapositive. You're swapping around and then you're negating. So for this one here, then it's going to be not Q, then not P. So not Q, P. So that would be if it doesn't rain Tuesday,
What?
then it rains Monday. What?
Okay. I was reading.
Which one is that one? That's it, right?
That's what I put, but I got it wrong.
Uh,
That's what I put too.
Yeah, and I got it wrong.
I didn't submit it yet, so I don't know if it gave it to me wrong, but yeah.
I submitted it.
well, that's the right one.
That's what I know. That's why I want to go over it because that's what I got. But they said it was wrong. Yep.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Did they mark it wrong?
Well, I don't know how to tell other than you're telling me
Yeah.
because I can't go in and see the individual results. I see the final grade that comes over. So,
Yeah, I submitted it
but
and
that's right. Believe
they
me.
marked it wrong.
All right, like I said, it might be because you put something in like a period or you know what I'm saying is this is
No, it's
just a
multiple
checkbox,
choice.
so it shouldn't be, but that's what the answer should be.
Let me see. I think I took a picture of it.
Like I said, if you
Actually.
go back and verify that it is marked wrong, then
Mhm.
click on that feedback thing. All right.
Yeah, I'm about to. I actually took a picture of the
But
one
double
that I.
click it, like I said, is because otherwise they'll look it up and they'll send you an explanation, which is almost as
Yeah.
good. But all right. So what was it I was looking for? I was looking for. Oh, okay. I did that. It doesn't rain. Boy, it's cutting a storm
That's
here.
that was thunder.
What's that?
I said that was thunder.
Yeah,
What
I
is it?
hadn't
Cause
heard
I'm
it
in.
this bit. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I get knocked off. I got backup power, but I don't know how long it lasts.
So let me see. I
But hopefully it
exited.
doesn't go out. I mean, generally it don't go out, but I just wanted to let you know I'm not running off on you. I'll be back.
Okay.
Let's see, what was the next one I was looking for? All right, I'm looking for
Oh my.
oh, okay. So the one about the new job thing, is that the one you were talking about, Tori?
The computer technician one with the 45, because it's asking for neither.
All right. Yeah, that's what I was saying is that's why you got to use, I'll go over it again. I'm going to do
Okay.
another one first. So let me find this one.
No, I had put something else the first time, but I put that the dozen the second time. Yeah. So the first time it was wrong, but that's right. The dozen. If it doesn't rain on Tuesday, then it rain on Monday. It's right.
Okay, so the one that we said is right.
It's right.
All right. So let me see if I can find that one. The next one she had on her list is of the 45 applications. We worked that one too, but I was going to go through that one again. It was actually right next to the two. They both can use that same formula. It's just that the one that you're talking about,
No, that's
yeah,
it's
I'm going to do this one first
okay.
because Justice asked for it, and then I'll go to the one that you're talking about because these are really the same problem. It's just that there's one more thing to do on the one you're talking about after you do this. What I'm going to do here. All right. Of the 43 applications for a new job. So essentially what I'm doing is, so I'm just going to say, was it experience or G for graduate? And that's equal to the probability of the E experience plus the probability of the graduate minus both.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're doing. I'm hoping that that looks familiar. That's the probability for or. If this part right over here, if they're mutually exclusive, then this part is 0. All right, so we got 32 over 43 plus 24 over 33, 43. Minus the ones that are both. All right, so 32 plus 24 minus 20, so 36 over 43, and it's decimal, so don't know where I got that at. I must have been smoking something at that point, but that wasn't right. Because I know it did that one before. I just must have missed something. So that's the basic OR. Now let's find the one. Let's see. It has the what is the wording of it, Tori?
45 computer technicians. But I think I realized what I was doing wrong.
Okay. I don't know if I can do it. Let's see if it's a search in here. Yeah, there we go. So that makes it easier to find them. All right. A survey of 45 computer technicians found that 20 liked the Java language, 15 liked the Python language, and 7 liked both languages. All right. So again, we're going to use that same rule, but we got to also essentially kind of use the complement. All right. But we're going to do the same thing. Now, it wants neither language. So what we got to find is the ones that like either one of the languages. If we do that, then the rest of them will be neither. Okay. So this is just the number of technicians. So the number of technicians in Java or Python is equal to number in the Java plus the number in the Python minus the probability of Java Okay. It's asking for the number in neither. This right here is all right. So we got to find neither, but let's just go ahead and do this real quick. It's 20 plus 15 minus 7, which ends up being 28. That like either one or both. All right. So the neither is 45 minus the 28, which was equal to 17. Does that make sense? Like I said, it is. You're using that twice, the OR rule. So it's the same one we used when we did it with the probability and that other problem. And this one is just the counting. But it's essentially the same thing, except because it says neither, you got to find that complement. Since we're dealing with counts, it's it's technically not the one minus thing complement. It's the total number minus however many are either one. All right. Did anybody have another one? I'm gonna keep going through Justice's list, but I'm glad to pick up on any other ones.
I'm getting like a large number fraction for the permutation one. It's like,
Well, that's not surprising. It's
okay, I was just
but
making, I didn't
we're
submit
going
it
up.
yet, so I was just seeing if I was
It's
doing it.
like it's like 1,000 or something. It's right.
Okay,
Yeah, well, we can go look at that one. Let me see what else Justice has got. All right, so she's got the one. She wants that standard deviation one. Let's do the less than one. The one with the table, the z-scores and the tables. That's the last of her like easier ones, because the other one that she's got is the standard deviation, and that one will take up probably be the last one I'll do. So anything you want to throw in, but let's find what was it? What was I looking at? Okay, there we go.
Your timer's about to go out.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. We'll go back to. Let's just go back to the overview of it. Uh-oh. I guess because I didn't put in answers for about a quarter of them. All right. Oh, I can't find it. Well, let's just take a trip. The search worked a minute ago. It's the one with the all the values on the chart. That's to the right of the one that she was asking about. Was less than. We did this one. If somebody wants to see that, we can do that one too. But oh, I know why. Because it takes them a while to all pop up. Let's see if I can find it now. Is this it? Okay, that's the between. That's the one. The first one we did. Find that less than. All right. Well, it's been a good semester. I'm not leaving just yet. But I just wanted to let you know I'm enjoying it, but I'm tired. I'm losing my voice. So it's been a good semester. I wish y'all all the best. Y'all look like y'all are good students and have bright futures ahead of you. There we go. So
Thank you
less
very
than.
Thank you. You too, Professor.
thank you
All
so
right.
much, Professor.
I don't know what kind of bright future I got. I work at Delgado. Now, don't tell anybody that, even though it's on the recording. No, it's fun working at Delgado. Believe me, because we get to pioneer stuff. I mean, we're using these virtual classes. Before the pandemic, nobody had ever had these, and was thankful to be amongst a group of people who were able to come up with a pretty good virtual model. So I'm glad to see we're now offering it to people who would rather take classes like that. All right. So less than. So for this, we don't need to look anything up. We just need to be able to look up that z-score because it's given to us. If we had an application, I believe there's one of those where you're given a mean and a standard deviation, and you want to find the probability of it being more or less or between a certain value, you would do the same thing that we're going to do here. But firstly, with an application, you've got to calculate the z-score, x value minus mean divided by standard deviation. Here, it's given us to us. So the first column is the number, the units digit and the tenths digit. So that would be right here. And then we're going to go over to the 9 to get to that part. And that would be our answer. That's all there is to it, because this is a less than. The less than is just verbatim. If it's a more than, you use the complement rule, take that value and subtract it from 1. I was kind of a little bit surprised that that's not the one that you had in there, Justice, because I thought you would have got the lesson pretty quickly. But like I said, yes, once the first time you do it, it looks complicated, and then, like most everything in life. All right. What else? What was it we were going to do? Like I said, I know I'm going to do the standard deviation, but I was going to save that till the last problem. So did anybody have anything else they want to say? Well, I'll go ahead and do the standard deviation. And like I said, I'm just going to draw it out. Take it slow because it's easy to make a mistake. So there's no way around the fact that this is a very complicated calculation, and there really needs to be an orderly way to go about it because it's about 5 steps. And the way I like to do it is with a table, and thankfully I like the way that Newton explains theirs with a table. But we got to take it slow on this, especially with these values they got decimals, so that makes it even harder. All right. So what we got to do first is we've got to find the mean. Let me get a little blank page over here. Okay. Now thinking here, okay, and this one doesn't say does say sample standard deviation. Okay, this is the first sample one I've seen. All the other ones were population. All right. So now let's get back over to our problem. All right, so these are the values we got to find the mean for. All right. I'm going to do it 2 ways. I'm going to just to double check. I'm going to do it with a calculator, and just for brevity's sake, I'm going to also take advantage of a spreadsheet. So we're going to just add all of these up. All right, so that's 3177. Divided by, how many were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is our mean. So 4 point, so it says round to the nearest cent, but I want to be accurate to the cents when I round it off. Okay. So that way, when they check against my answer, it'll come out right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a few decimals past that until I get to my final answer. This is one of the most common mistakes in statistics when you're doing these type of calculations. Now, at this level of statistics, it's not very fun to do these type of calculations, and I'm trying to get people to move away from making this type of calculation standard. But it's just the way teachers have looked at things for a while. And it's more important to understand what statistics means, because you can use a spreadsheet to do these calculations rather quickly. And I'll show you what I mean. I don't think I can copy and paste these. But I was just going to show you kind of how, okay, yeah, I think it'll work. Like I said, is until I kind of got to the main campus, I actually was able to treat the course where we were able to do some stuff like this with a spreadsheet, primarily though in the statistics class. But anyway, it sums it. So there's our sum. And I think that's what we said it was, wasn't it? 31.77. Good. And then so the mean is equal to this divided by 7. And to that, we got the same thing. All right. So now, that's what we got to have in order to do this. And like I said, this is a bear of a problem, but take your time with it. Don't worry about having to, know it backwards and forwards. Just take your time with it, like I'm trying to show you here. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a chart. I'm just going to make it right next to this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract subtract the mean from each data value. Okay. And that's what we call the deviation. And so, so we're just going to just do this all the way down. All right. So y'all watch me. Make sure I'm on the correct track here. Minus. All right. All right. I just thought of something. These kind of calculators, and like yours, there's a memory on them. So rather than type it in a bunch of times, which is something that'll just increase your chance of making a mistake, you can just put it in the memory here and then just keep recalling it. All right. So 4.93 minus. No, that's not right. Oh, something else got in there. .5386. Put it in memory. Okay. So there, 4.93. Once I get going here. Okay, there we go. All right. So 4.46 minus, let me recall, there's a negative value. All right. So 4.77. So just budget for the fact that this takes a lot of time. That's the only thing I can say, and that's why there's only one in there. And then to just maybe take a little bit of stress off, think of the fact that each of these problems are about 3 points apiece. This one right here that we're working on is the same as the one where it would just ask you, which one was a statement kind of thing, So just think of that. Don't think of the standard deviation. Yeah, it's a big calculation, but I'm just telling you in the great scope of the things, as long as you generally understand how it's calculated, that's the main thing for this class. Okay. And it's always a good idea to check everything twice. All right, we're getting close here. And on this one. Okay. So I'm just going to do the same thing on here, and it'll take a lot less time. And all I'm just trying to get a point across is the one thing you only get out of this is next time, whatever you go in life and you want to progress, somebody's probably going to want you to take a statistics course. So don't, wince about it, because it can get interesting when you really do statistics. Like I said, the calculations can be easily done like I'm doing here. See? And it's even quicker than this actually, but I just want to be able to demonstrate something. All right, and I think that's what we're here. Look at that. Oh, I didn't do this one. No, I put it in wrong. All right. So just to show you, and this is why math can sometimes be fun, but if we sum all these up, we know we are right because they all add up to 0, because the standard deviation is the distance from the mean. So that's what that mean is. Half will be on one, half is on the other. That's why they get that like nice bell-shaped thing. All right. I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, we're not exactly brimming with too much time. Oh. And then what's neat about this thing, I can just kind of get it to do all that. And then the sum of all these squares should be that right there. So I'm going to jump to that point back over here. All right. Then we square them. They're called deviations, but it's a difference between the mean and the difference between the data value and the mean. Okay. All right. If this is a population, divide the sum by n. If a sample, divide by n minus 1. Okay, so that's the two differences between the sample and the population. This one that we were looking at over here, it says right underneath there, because I was kind of shocked to see it, because when I was doing that, I just saw population, sample. Okay. All right. So where was I? Let's go back over here. Now, that value the variance. All right. Now, the only thing that's different about getting to, up to this point, the two variances are different. If it's from a population, you divide by n. If it's a sample, you divide by n minus 1. Okay, that's the only difference now. To find the standard deviation,
You said the sum of all of those is the variance?
yes, the
Okay.
sum of those divided by the n or the n minus 1.
Okay.
Okay, let me just show you the formula. I know you've probably seen it, and I'm not but okay, here's the difference between the two. Let's see if I can get this in, or it's not on the writing. So this is the sample standard deviation right here. Okay. So that sum, all that is, it's the sum of those differences. Those ones that, I had to add up, and I actually used a spreadsheet to make it quicker. All right. And now, if it's population, I divide by n. In other words, how many pieces of data there are. If it's sample, I subtract 1 from that n. And so if the n was 7, then for the sample, I would divide by n minus 6. I'm sorry, 6 minus 1. 6 for 7 minus 1. Now, that's the variance, and it's different for sample and population. The standard deviation is just the square root of the variance, no matter what the variance, which one of the variances it is. The only thing that population versus sample affects is that last step of the variance, dividing all of those up there. Other than that, everything is exactly the same. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff, and you get a day. So I don't know, if you don't feel like, if you don't master that you don't feel bad. All right. It's a bear of a calculation. All right, so we're pretty much at the end, but I'm all up for answering anything else. I got all of your questions, Justice. So in a couple of hours, I'll put them on that YouTube and link to them there. Huh?
I didn't submit the review yet, but when I do, will I be able to see what I got wrong? And
It should be. I
okay,
thought I had done that, but
okay.
if you're not, let me know right now so I can change it.
Did anybody submit it yet? I mean, I know
Yes, I
some.
did. I
Did it
said,
show you?
I did too, but
yeah, they showed. Mhm.
Okay.
okay, good. I thought I did that. I just
I'm sorry. What was the answer to that problem? Sorry.
to this one? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we didn't finish. So somebody's actually was paying attention. All right. I forgot all about it. All right, let's go back over.
I was kind of like,
Now,
wait.
I'm just going to go ahead, just to kind of make it short. I let these are all those differences that I did right here. And if I have to write those all down, it'd take 5 minutes to just do that, write them down. Okay. But imagine all these right here next to this and another column. That's the squares of all of these. Notice they're all positive. So this right here is the sum of all those. Spreadsheets make that kind of calculations very easy. All right, so now going back over to here. So the variance would be here. Divided by, this was sample. So how many were there? Shucks. Oh, I know how to tell. Look at Justice's thing. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 minus 1. Okay. So in other words,
Yes.
0.591 divided by 6. And that's going to be, let me just pound it out here on my calculator. 0.59148 divided by 6. And that would be 0.0. I don't remember what they said to round it off to, but I'm just going to put everything that I got. Okay, that's the variance, okay? So the last step to get to the standard deviation is just the square root of that. I guess I don't need that big one. I'll just, all right. We still got a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is, okay, somebody take the square
Round
root of
to
that
the
for me.
nearest cent. Oh,
What's that?
I'm just letting you know it's round to the nearest cent.
Okay, I'll round it up in a second. I'll just see.
I think it's 0.31, 31 cents.
Yeah, 31 cents. You're all right. Exactly. Well, anyway, I know what I was going to do. I was going to do the variance right here, just to see if I hadn't made any mistakes over there. Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, and so anyway. All right, it's right. We already checked it. So there you go. Chantel is finished. Like I said, is just realize that thing takes a lot of accuracy. So like, pace yourself on it. Come back to it. Make it be the last one that you do, maybe. Like I said, don't get in there, and because you can't do that right off the bat, don't get flustered. Go around it.
Okay.
I've seen too many students. They get like a little obstacle like that, and I let it burn them up. And I'll do that too. It's just I can make the math stuff look easy because I do it for a living. But yeah, when you get on a test, it's a whole different scenario. Like I said, the thing is, you got to calm down. You got to, and like I said, is don't just be upset if the first problem throws you for a loop. Just work around it and come back to it. And so tomorrow, I mean, unless you need me, you don't have to see me because it's on the honor lot. So that way, like I said, you can take it early. Now, if something happens and you can't do it, just come at the norm at the 3:30 to 5:30 time, and I'll do it with Zoom.
Okay.
All right, thank you. That was a good
All
semester.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
I've
really
enjoyed
was. I enjoyed all of you all. So
Yeah.
hope I get through Analog tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, like I said, don't stress out about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start early. I can start as early as 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah. I think I guess what I got it at the time
Okay.
that class normally starts.
All right,
All right, you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your summer if I don't see you.
same
Okay.
here. Bye, y'all.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.